Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I apologize. It's been about a week since my last video, which is a concert review. I got hit once again with seasonal whatever. I didn't have a voice. A couple days ago, it was just completely shot. I mean, I couldn't say a word on Sunday, hardly. Um, and here we are Tuesday, and this is what you're getting. So, I think I'm on the mend once again, but whatever the stuff is, my immune system is completely shot. But that doesn't stop me from going to see a concert. So last night at the Jefferson, once again in Charlottesville, Virginia, uh, just had my last concert review there. My fiance and I went to go see, for me, the fifth time. For her, the first, we got to see the Wood Brothers. Now, again, I've done Wood Brothers concert reviews on my channel here several times. I'm actually seeing them again in May, so you're very likely going to have another one this spring. I'm going with a buddy of mine, but last night was the first time I'd seen them in almost 2 years. And last time I saw them was actually Charlottesville at a larger pavilion. They were kind of co-headlining with Shovels and Rope. Um, this time they were the headliners. They had an opener called Bandits on the Run, who were a great little trio out of New York. They were younger kids, probably in their late 20s. Originally got their start on the busking route in New York. They were busking in the subway system and had some really, really good original fun tunes. I became a fan. I followed them on social media, listened to a couple of their tunes. They have some affiliation with doing some things with National Public Radio. So really, really, really a cool, fun trio. Bandits on the Run. Check them out. They were really, really good. So the Wood Brothers, again, I've mentioned this a million times, but for my new people that haven't watched or just watched concert reviews, Wood Brothers are based out of Nashville, Tennessee, originally out of Georgia. Chris and Oliver Wood are the two brothers with John O'Ricks on keyboards and percussion and background vocals. Again, Chris Wood, you would know him in the jazz world as being a third of Medeski Martin in Wood, which is where he really got his chops. And then Oliver Wood, his brother, was playing in bands. Oliver set in with Chris one time at a festival. They kind of were shocked that they had never really played together, so they formed the Wood Brothers as a side project, and then it ended up kind of becoming the full-time gig. And they are huge on the touring and festival circuit. You can see the Wood Brothers really any time of year. They're always touring, whether they have an album or not. Their most recent album is called Hard as the Hero, came out in 2023. Oliver has released two solo records. The last one was released last year called Fat Cat Silhouette, which is really good. A nice, very mellow album. But again, if you don't know the Wood Brothers, they have a mix of funky styles, gospel, a lot of blues, some rock, Americana, a little bit of country, but not a whole lot. It's mostly based in funk and blues, I would say, with some singer-songwriter elements as well, because they do their own writing and playing on the records. It's just the three of them. But again, fifth time seeing them, I knew what to expect going in. They always deliver a powerhouse show. They came out and did a song from the latest album called Between the Beats. Really slow-paced, beautiful tune. Talking about Between the Beats of a Heart. Check that song out. It's really good. Great finger picking by Oliver on the guitar. Again, watching Chris Wood play his stand-up bass as well as his Hofner violin bass is really just you're witnessing just one of the greats, and I think he's become quickly one of my favorite bass players. He plays some lead bass lines. He's got some great fuzz effects on his bass, especially the Hofner. Again, great trio. They, did all sorts of songs that they've, I've heard them do a bunch. I Got Loaded, the old New Orleans tune about, whatever they're drinking that night is what got them drunk. Um, Los Lobos had a hit with it sometime in the 80s, I think. But, they did a lot of their great stuff. Shoe Fly Pie, Alabaster, Sky High. Postcards from Hell is just a great tune. Check out the song Postcards from Hell. It's so good. There's always a part where the Wood Brothers, where Jono on the drums, he's got this huge kit, kind of a trash can style kit. He's really big into making, unique kind of rhythms, and the way that his kit is set up really displays that as well. Excuse me. But he comes out and plays a thing called a shitar, which is a guitar that's been converted with all sorts of percussive elements. So he's got it kind of across his chest, playing it. He uses brushes on it. They stand around one mic, and they did a couple of tracks. They always invite their opener back. So Bandits on the Run came out. They did the song called Up Above My Head, which is a great tune. And before that, the Wood Brothers did the first song that I ever heard them do, which is The Muse, a beautiful song. The three verses just kind of tell just a fantastic story, and the ending is so full circle. It's just a really, really pretty, well-constructed tune, The Muse, from the album of the same name. That got a huge applause from the crowd, and I could tell the Wood Brothers were kind of taken aback by how well received that performance was. I mean, Chris took his hat off and kind of put it over his heart, because it was just a really big thank you to them. So sorry for this. They finished their set with Ophelia by the band. They always do a great job with that. I've only seen them do that one other time. They do it a lot, but I've only caught them doing it a couple times. Then they came out for their encore, did their biggest song, which is Luckiest Man. It's always a huge crowd sing-along. Just a really, really great tune, one that I enjoyed playing on guitar myself. And then they finished with a really upbeat, kind of crunchy guitar tune called One More Day. Great tune for dancing. The crowd was moving, the whole show. Pretty much a sold-out show. Originally, it was a sold-out show, though this was postponed. I was supposed to go last Monday. Is that right? No, I was supposed to go last Tuesday, but it was postponed because of snow and ice here. We got like 8.5 inches, and I was worried that this was going to get pushed to the summertime, and I was going to have to cancel it because my summer is so busy. And thankfully, they only pushed it 6 days, so it was great. It was a Monday night show. My fiance enjoyed it. And the one complaint that I have for the night is that the crowd was very rowdy for a Monday night. And it's interesting because the Wood Brothers pull a pretty diverse crowd. I mean, there's, I would say, probably more older people than younger people. I would say more people, 50 and up than not. But, the people that were, from at least in my section, we were on the floor, standing room, probably about 15, 20 feet from the stage. The crowd there was a heavy intoxication in the crowd, and there were a lot of funny substances. I'll say that. And I'm not just talking about, that legal stuff that's, you can do that in a vape pen, and there's plenty of that too. But I think there were a couple of guys in front of us that were on, either mushrooms or something much stronger. So there was a lot of that. There was a guy behind me who kept moving in and out from behind me to the front and back, and he was very chill. I'll say that. A lot of personal space that was kind of, being infringed upon around me and my fiance, and I kind of had to stick my arm out a little bit and kind of stiff arm a guy in the back to be like, all right, man, you're a little bit too close to us, because he didn't know who was behind him. So that was a frustrating thing. I know it kind of frustrated my fiance a bit, frustrated me too, because I don't like to be around that. And I was just, fascinated by the fact that people were going to be so inebriated on a Monday night. So who knows what a lot of the offices in the area look like this morning. A lot of headaches, a lot of red eyes, I would say. So anyway, that was the one complaint. My fiance did leave before the encore. She had to get home for work. She gets up early, so I stayed and finished the last two songs solo. And as I do, tried to get up to the stage to see if I could get a guitar pick or a set list or something. And people, the stage hands were out very quickly, handing out the set list. So they gave them, Chris's was gone, Oliver's was gone, the two Wood brothers. They grabbed Jono's from the drum kit. By this point, I was already up at the stage, and this guy looked at me, who was on stage, probably about my age, and he kind of like pointed at me, and then he walked to the side where the sound board is off stage and came back, and he's like, "You want one?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so he came back and gave me the sound guy. So that's the sound guy's name, and there is the set, which is always cool when they have the date there. I have a couple that don't have dates on them, but there you go. So got the cool set list. Very happy to have that. Always happy to see the Wood brothers. Can't wait to see them in May. I think they're teasing a new album later this year. I was a little surprised they didn't do any new songs. A lot of times I've caught them, testing out songs on the road, but all these songs were ones that I've pretty much heard before by them. But go see them if you can. They're a fantastic show. Even if you don't know their tunes, my fiance didn't know a lot of their tunes. She was dancing. A lot of people were dancing and moving. They're just a great, great live act to see. So check them out, the Wood brothers. Great time at the Jefferson Theater in Charlottesville. All right, everybody, that does it. In the meantime, y'all be good. Take care, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Bye now.